Hi, good afternoon, everybody. This is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in San Diego, California. And I'm here today just to talk about what's going on in Stampin' Up world, as well as to show you a card that today is going to be a really fun, fancy fold that will feature some beautiful new DSP and new products. I guess the most exciting thing is that starting tomorrow, customers will be able to order from our new mini July through December catalog. Yay, finally. And that's going to be wonderful because it's been hard to hold back showing you guys like everything that's going on, but I wanted to wait and do a little more once you guys could actually order. I'm trying to see if this is coming up on my other phone to see if we're working here. I'm hoping we're live. Say hi somebody so I know you're there. Anyway, so that starts tomorrow with the first time ever of a second celebration of the year. And for those that don't know what celebration is, it's a wonderful time to earn free product. I tend to buy a lot of just products that I use through the year now, like, basic white cardstock, and I check all my cardstock. Hi, Donna. Thanks for saying hi and thanks for watching. Now I know we're really live. Anyway, so I buy stuff just to get free product, and there's a lot of amazing free product. Maybe when we're done with our card, I can scrounge around and find my stuff, but it's kind of all over my room. But I'll try to show you some as we're going on, and definitely we're using one. So that starts tomorrow, and I don't think I've mentioned also with Celebration, if you're not a demonstrator, it's a great time to start in. Why? Because always when you start as a demonstrator, you get $125 worth of product for $99 and free shipping, so that's like saving another $12. But they've got a special deal going on starting tomorrow, only during this 2 months of celebration, which is you also get a free bundle from the new mini catalog, and there's 12 different bundles to choose from, and some are worth over $50. So that's why I say it's a great time to join. If you've never joined it, there's nothing you have to do after that. If you want some more information, drop me a line at stantwithdrrobin@gmail.com. Also, today is the very last day of the DSP sale. All the regular DSP from the annual catalog, not the specialty papers, but the other regular ones, are on sale 15% off. So think about that for today if you want to place an order. I don't think I put it yet, but I'll put my host code in the comments when I'm done here. And then the last thing is paper shares. So I'm going to be doing paper shares, and I've got about a quarter. It is a quarter of the DSP packet of all the new papers. Okay, I did not do the ones that are returning from previous years. I figured y'all have those if you didn't already, but all the new ones. So I posted last week, I believe, some other information about that, so you can find that too. So let's get you pointed downward and make sure everybody can see what's going on. So here we go. Gonna get you guys in position. So as I said before, Celebration's coming up, and as of tomorrow at least I'll be able to start adding you guys to, or opening this up and letting you actually see what's going on, because right now I can't. I can just show you, oh, here's something cute that we're going to do. So starting tomorrow I can open this up and actually show you what's going on, which is always makes for life easier for all of us. Oops, finally got my phone to work, and it doesn't look like it's... Hey Carolyn, hi Ann, is that a little better maybe? There we go. You don't need to see my belly, but it would be nice to be able to see a little bit better. How's that? Anyway, so that's our new catalogs. And then, oh, I know, the other thing I forgot to mention is my upline, Peggy Noe, and I are having a retreat at my house on August 21st, but if you all want to order the retreat stuff as a to-go class, you can do that too, and we will send it to you. We're going to be using the whimsical trees and the whimsical tree dies. And like I said, it's going to be in person the morning of August 21st. We're going to be making 6 items. Some of them are 3D. With our retreat, you're also going to get half a pack of the beautiful Whimsy and Wonder paper. As you can tell, I've been playing with it a lot. Beautiful colors in here. And everybody's going to get half a pack of these. Obviously, we'll use some on your cards, but you'll have plenty to go home. You'll also be getting a whole package of the snowflakes, which are really cool also. They are shiny on one side, and the other side is just more of a matte white for coloring. So you can make them any color snowflakes that you would like. And all that, including the stamp set, is $50, $8 more if we're going to send it to you. And then we'll give you the bundle deal if you want to buy the bundle with all the class stuff. 6 projects all sent to you for $76 plus $8 shipping. So think about that and let us know. I'm going to be placing an order early tomorrow morning when we're allowed to. I'm just, a little worried. We never know what's going to sell out. So if you want to be in our class, try to let me know today. All right, so here's your little hint. This is the Peaceful Paper. I believe that's what it's called. Peaceful Prints, something like that. Peaceful Prints, yes. This paper is free. It's one of the free things that you get during celebration if you spend $50. A lot of good things that you can use, year round, and some that are more kind of holiday-ish. These cute little trees. Polka dots, obviously, you can use year round. That could be a year-round thing. These cute little deer. Again, another year-round thing that could be great for, making die cards. But this is the one that we're going to be using today. And the really cool thing about this paper is the back, too. It has those checks on it, and that the peaceful, here's your Peaceful Deer stamp set and punch bundle. This deer will cut out this deer, and you'll see that this afternoon. We're going to be using that. So, and I don't know what I like best on here, this deer that has words on it, but you know what? These trees are really cool too, and I've already used this little snowflake thing on multiple other different cards that aren't even related to this. And look at this cute little bunny. So there's a lot of little hidden things in here, so that's a wonderful stamp set to have. So right now you're saying, so where's the card, Robin? So before I show you specifically the card we're making, I'm going to show you the fold by showing you a couple other ones that I made. Now this is obviously old retired paper, and when you look at this, it looks kind of folded, but the coolest thing about this is it shows off both sides of your DSP. And this is using almost an entire half a page. So that is the coolest thing about this fold. Here it is again with some old DSP. And one of my friends, Heather, one of my downline, found this really old stamp set that's a 1999 Stampin' Up stamp set, and I was using it to make Rosh Hashanah cards. But isn't that cool? Okay, so here's to what we're making today, and we're going to be using that same fancy fold. And again, because you go, oh, this paper is so cool on both sides, you get to see both sides of it. The little checks and the deers with the snowflakes. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so let's get going. I'm going to put this out of the way. So I thought I would go ahead and actually show you how to do the scoring on this. So this is a piece of paper. Obviously there's a right side and a wrong side up on here. And so you got to be very careful with that, believe me. I've made cards the wrong way once I got my fancy fold done. So what we want to do is be mindful of that. And then the other thing is that we want to, how big is this? So this is not quite the whole full 12 inches. It's 11 3/4 and it's by 5 1/4. Notice it's sitting on top of 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 piece of paper. So 11 3/4 by 5 1/4. So because I've never figured out how to not make this be upside down, I'm sorry you guys are gonna have to watch me do this upside down. So we want to be scoring at 1 3/4. So you're going to put your edge of your paper 1 3/4. Make sure you're using the scoring blade, the lighter one, not the cutting blade. And just making sure I'm doing the right side. So we were going to score it at 1 3/4. We're going to score it at 4 3/4. And then we're going to open up this arm and score it at 7 3/4. So that's basically you put the edge at 7 3/4. Oops, I'm not sure you can see the whole top. Okay? Because then the score line is 7 3/4 up. So again, that's 1 3/4, 4 3/4, 7 3/4. And then you're going to basically fold it. Oh, see, now this one's going to go opposite of our other ones. Okay, so we can do this one opposite, which is not going to work. So remember when I said you got to get this right? I did. Okay, so now, there we go. We'll just turn it the other way and fold it. And when you're folding it, just make sure your upper and lower are even before you really burnish it down. Because even with as good as you're trying to be, you could do this wrong. So you could have folded it the other way how I had it, but I don't know, I think the deer are much more exciting than the checks in terms of being able to see this much of it. So let's go ahead and glue this down. It makes me a little sad to use this much of this paper, so guess what's going on my list tomorrow, because I really like punching out things with those checks. So this is just sitting on top of this. Hi Pat, hi Ann, thanks for watching. Okay, so that's the hardest thing in the whole kit and caboodle that we're doing. And the only thing that we have really to stamp is this little piece that's going back here. So let's do the stamping. And this is actually a piece cut in Whisper White, and it's cut from the Ornate Style dies. It's actually this die, which is pretty much the one I use the most on here. I love the way these dies look. I have to tell you, sometimes it's a pain to get all these little holes and everything out. So I really hope I don't screw up stamping here, because they're kind of a pain to cut another one, but I love them so much I keep using them. All right. So we're going to stamp that saying that says, sending you love and peace this season. Now this is going to be mostly covered up except the edges, so we don't have to worry too much about where this is. And that is all the stamping we're doing today. Okay, and if we want, we can even glue this piece down before we lose it. Might be a good idea. And I just put glue, adhesive, whatever one you want to use on this part, and don't even worry about the frilly parts. Now you do want to, I like to see those little dots, and you just want to center it up and down. And I like to make sure the dots are even, because to me it's more important how it looks like that than the fact that it is moved over a little bit here when you open it up. But to me that's a little bit more important. Okay, so let's do our little deer. So I have this little piece of the real red, and I cut that with one of my Hippo and Friends dies. Now that they took away all our squares and ovals and such, I really wanted another set that kind of had graduated dies, so I'm really glad I got that one not too long ago. And we need to get our deer out of here. So, you know, there's two ways to do this. You could just punch a deer like this, but I also wanted to show you that these deer are able to be punched. Now, really I'm going to potentially want to use these other parts here. So I'm actually going to cut this out fairly close to my deer. Now you say, well, now the problem is I've got my deer, but how am I going to get this perfectly aligned in my punch, because I've left nothing to hang on to. So to the rescue is something I have sitting on my desk at all times, which is a Post-it note. And so what you can do is take your little Post-it note and attach it somewhere that you think is not going to matter too much with your die, because if you line up everything else, that's going to work. And you've got a little handle to hold on to and move around. See that? So I found with this punch, the best thing to do is to line up the legs first, because if they line up, everything lines up. Okay? And like I said, then you get a little piece of Post-it note here. Oh my gosh, that's a really good one. That actually came out better than the first one. But if it doesn't, you just, you know, use your snips to cut out what didn't line up well. But I have to say that lined up better than anything that I've ever done with a punch. Okay, so let's put our deer on top of one of these cute little snowflakes. And I want the shiny side up. I'm just going to put a little in the middle and just like, you know, a dot, half a dot, barely anything around here, because I want it to have a little bit of movement in it. I don't really care if things are up like that. Okay, so next step is let's get some dimensional. See what I meant about the deer looking really cool like this too? Obviously you could use that one if you like that size, but since I got a perfect punch with the other way, got one little baby glue dot to go up in here. I'm going to use that. And I want my deer to kind of be jumping. And again, I'll kind of let my feet be open like that. So this is going to sit like this. Now I don't want it all the way over here, so about here sounds good. But I do want to put it up on dimensionals, but I can't put dimensionals on this side or it'll glue down and I'll lose the whole point of having this fold. So to remember that, I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to hold that side. Whoops, let's get our dimensionals back. And just know that I want dimensionals on just this half. The part that I don't have my hands on. Because believe me, we've all done that. Before we went, oops. And even on this one, sometimes I'll end up having to go back later and move it around. I'm going to move it on just a little bit. Just trying to make these all straight. Good. Now the final steps are, we've got this great new ribbon. Now this is a little plaid checked black and white ribbon in the new catalog. And I think it goes with a Halloween set that I didn't get, but it looks really cool with this. So on the first card, I put it like this. Now, that leaves it to be able to open like this. The other thing you could do, if that's just too much and you just, you know, want to push it down, is you could just glue, you know, I would probably glue this down if you were going to do this. And then it opens a little bit more like a normal card. But I've decided, oh, you know, I kind of like showing off that this whole thing is one big piece of paper. So what's the point if you can't show it off, right? So hardest thing to do on camera is tie a knot, you guys. So let's see if we can get that to work. Or I should say a pretty knot. Or a pretty bow. Already things are moving around that I don't like. This is where, you know, it'd be helpful to have one more hand, but as my husband says, that's a design defect that we all have, that we only have two hands. Or as he likes to say, two opposable thumbs. It would be nice to have a few more thumbs. I think I'm just gonna push that through and then try to make it pretty. And move it around a little. Because that was not working to use my finger down here. Oh, come on, Robin. Remember what I started this with? It's really hard to tie a knot on cue on camera. Ta-da! Finally. All right. Just make sure you leave yourself enough excess to be able to do that. Yay! And there was much rejoicing throughout the land. It's a little loose, but we're going to have to live with that. And then I thought I'd scatter a few of these red rhinestones. I couldn't decide if I wanted some of these black matte ones, but I decided on the red because we need a little sparkle here. So let's see what looks good. One up there, one down here. We could put one on his nose. Let's do that. Little Rudolph nose here. I don't even know if the recipient will notice that or not, but I think it's awfully darn cute. And now we have our little fancy fold. Isn't that cute? All right, guys, I'll bring back in the other ones that I had done before because, you know, I started making these because I said, you know, I have so much paper that I really need to be using some of this. I don't know what I think I'm saving everything for, but we've got beautiful paper. We should use it. So we can have our beautiful papers and get started on our holiday cards. So, hey Peggy, my upline Peggy is watching us, and hi Julia. So I hope you guys all enjoyed that. And now you have something, a fancy fold you can use on pretty much any paper. And we're not supposed to be hoarding our paper, ladies. We're supposed to be, and gents, if there's any gents watching, we are supposed to be using it and sending it and making somebody's day. So have a great day and send a card. And if you need anything or you want any new stuff, give me a buzz, send me an email, put something in the comments, and take care. And I'll see you guys next Monday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. Bye.